Okay, welcome back. Day 5. Today we're going to talk about a title theory versus a lien theory. Today I'm actually walking on the sand. Oof. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I said it. It's hard. Can't walk on the shore. When you walk on the shore, it's a little bit more padded. I'm walking on the sand because there is riptides. You can't walk on the shore, so I'm walking on the sand. Anyway, title theory. A title theory is when you go to the closing and it's the lender who walks away with the title, not the owner or the mortgagor for that matter. So in a title theory, the only thing the purchaser gets, the mortgagor, the only thing he or she gets, or they, is possession of the property. If for whatever reason they don't make payments on the third month, they're completely foreclosed on. Not that they're starting foreclosure proceedings, they're done. And that's because at closing, they made you sign a document, an affidavit, called a covenant clause, which says, in the event of a default, that you're not going to challenge them. Now, it kind of sucks because you're behind 3 payments and now you no longer own the house. So what happens? Well, in title theories, the lender must now give you ample time to raise the money and pay them back. Some states is 6 months, others are a year, some are a year and a half. During that time, if you find the money, then you could pay off every penny, plus attorney's fees and everything else, and they have to give you the house back. Also, during that time, the lender can't do anything. They literally have to sit on the house. So what they do is they're going to ask the mortgagor, the one that's been foreclosed on, if they want to stay renting. Now, I know that the payment cannot be the same as the mortgage, because it wouldn't make any sense. So it has to be a lower payment, and they get to stay there for the duration of the time. Now, why would the bank want to do that? Because they don't want an empty house. They can't do anything anyway. They have to wait the time. Usually, if they work out rental payments, when it gets towards the end, a lot of times they'll give you what is known as cash or keys, where they just pay you to move out. Now, a lien theory state. A lien theory state is different. First of all, Florida is a lien theory state. So, in Florida it's different. At time of closing, you walk away with the title in your hand. Doesn't mean you pay cash. Even if it's financed, you have title. The deed is in your hand. The deed is under your name. So if the mortgagor misses 3 payments, well, then that's when the foreclosure proceedings will start. They have to sue the mortgagor and prove in court that you didn't make the payments. And that's a lawsuit. That could take a long time. If you have a good attorney, even longer. However, unless you come up with the money, the day's going to come. So the idea is to sell as soon as possible and get out of there, for sure. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that if you fall behind 1, 2, not the third month, 1, 2 months, just before the third month, you're about to fall behind. If you make one payment, they won't foreclose on you, because most banks have what is known as a 90-day day count. Now, again, I said most banks. Each bank is different, so you want to find out. So what does that mean? Well, if I make a payment on day 89, then you got to subtract 30 days. So you're back to payment 59 days. They won't foreclose until you pass 90th day, which is the third payment. Eventually, they're going to want to deal with you with those 2 payments. So you work out a payment plan, and that's it. However, if you cross over to the foreclosure side, in other words, you pass the 91st day, then what happens is that if you even bring the money to 3 months, let's say on day 92, you tell the bank, hey, I got the money, the bank's not going to take it. Because banks are very black and white. You had it to the 90th day, you didn't do it, now we want the full amount. That's just how it works. Anyway, that's the difference between a lien theory and a title theory. To give you another example of a title theory, if you have a car and you're making mortgage car payments, or you have a lease, you're making car payments, you don't have a title, the bank does. Same thing on a title theory. And by the way, here's a fun fact. There are way more title theory states than there are lien theory. But Florida is a lien theory. So a lawsuit must happen. Okay, lesson for the day. Take care.